it well.
I'm
So
here live.
welcome tonight. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you once again for agreeing to do this for us. Typically, this session should last about 90 minutes. With all the questions, we hope that everyone is ready with your questions, so that we can have a robust conversation tonight. So we just start and expect to have a very beautiful time. So I'll go quickly into the profiles. I'll just take the profiles and introduce our guests tonight. I'll start with so let's go ladies first. So I'll go with Madam Yetunde, and we can move on from there. Just a minute, please. I grab these profiles and make sure I have everything I need tonight. Please, if you know someone who should be on this call, I think it's a good time to equally reach out to them so that we don't miss out on any part tonight. Okay, so let's get on this quickly. So I'll just take profile from so Yetunde Ogundadigbe, FCCA CFA, right? Diploma IFR. Is a dynamic and results-driven finance executive with over 18 years of progressive experience in financial management across multinational and multi-billion-dollar organizations. She is a CFA charter holder. She earned a charter in 2024, October 2024. Yetunde possesses deep expertise in corporate finance, financial reporting, strategic planning, and debt management. She currently serves as Deputy Divisional Head of Corporate Finance at Wando. And she has played a pivotal role in the successful acquisition of NAOC and in structuring and raising over $575 million in capital. She also leads the management of complex financial arrangements, including reserve-based lending and corporate facilities. Yetunde's leadership in financial strategy, operational oversight, and stakeholder engagement has consistently delivered value creation and operational efficiency. She has a proven track record of building high-performing finance teams and enhancing financial reporting systems. Excuse me. She holds a BSc in accounting from Cardiff University. She is a fellow of the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, FCCA, and a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, and a certified diploma IFR holder. So good evening, Yetunde. You're welcome. We are very excited to have you, Madam Yetunde.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone.
You're welcome. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Forgive me. Mr. Ahmed, should I read your profile tonight or I should not? Sorry, I'm just looking for your trouble.
You can as well not read it too.
Look at you. Leave that. You'll not come and disturb me after now. Okay, we're excited to have Banu Hamed Olaiton. Yeah, he has over 18 years of cognate experience spanning investment, management, stockbroking, and securities trading, institutional trusteeship, capital market operations, and other financial services. Before joining STL, Ahmed was the acting managing director and chief strategist at Patian Securities Limited, where he led the brand transition of the company to align with the parent company's brand and created a business framework to drive a competitive edge within the industry, while taking the company from 0 to 1. Previously, he was the head equity investments at Stanbic IPTC Asset Management Limited, Nigeria's largest non-pension fund management firm in terms of asset under management, AUM, where he successfully managed various equity-based mutual funds and portfolios with a total asset under management of about 30 billion naira, delivering positive average annual returns to investors while outperforming agreed benchmarks. He is a charter holder, a CFA charter holder, and an associate member of the Charter Institute of Stockbrokers, CIS, and a certified international fixed income and derivatives dealer, IFID. Banu Ahmed Olaiton is currently the managing director of STL Asset Management Limited. Welcome, Mr. Banu.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me,
yes.
Mr. Ayo. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
A lot of pleasure.
So let's go with it. Yes, you again. So I'm excited about tonight because, excuse me, please. So because when it comes to level 3 conversations like this, it's always straight to the point, right? But there's something that I will not forget to ask, because if there is anything, if there's anything at all, it's that there must have been a strong why that kept you through the journey. Excuse me. I remember Banji Fentola came to school some months ago, and when he came to school, he asked a question, right? He asked a question and said, I asked the students and said, "What do you think is throughput for the CFA program?" That's what would you say is the percentage of people that come in at level 1, then raw material that now become charter holders at the end of the day? What can anybody guess the percentage on this call?
10%.
10. Did you say 10? 10, right? You're close, but it's not 10.
Yeah, or lower.
I leave that to
Edge
you.
in there.
now you want to use lecturer's time for me now.
Yes.
You want to use senior for me.
No, at all. Why? I was once a
Tell me.
student.
Answer my question.
So if I look at my experience over the last, interestingly, I was in class recently and I realized CFA and I have had a journey of almost 13 years. So I've been into CFA for 13 years. I wrote my level 1 in 2012. And I'm trying to look at over the 13 years as a student and also as a tutor. I have a very strong belief that it is lower than 10%.
You're correct.
I have a
7%.
very strong belief that it's lower than 10%.
Yeah.
So a lot of people tend to give up very fast. So I would say below 10%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you're correct. It's 7%. 7%. Throughput, 7%. And that tells a whole lot, right? And that's why for me, I always like to begin these interviews from for each of us. What was the staying force for you? What was the reason to continue the journey, or what we'll call the big why, right? Your strong why. That's what we call it. What was your strong why, for following through, with a career in finance, and more importantly, with the CFA charter, right? Ending the CFA charter. So let's start with Madam Yetunde. What would you say, was that staying force? I hope that at some point you'll be able to share your story tonight. But
Yeah.
let's even begin from there.
My strong why for staying is it's personal right now because it had to be my children. So I call my CFA journey the 323 journey. And initially when I started, I thought it was cheaper alternative to, doing my master's. Let me do this. I did it once, I failed it. But I said, you know what? God no go shame me. I have to keep going because of my children. I cannot give up now. CFA requires a lot of grit. It requires a lot of determination. It requires a lot of staying power. And the staying power for me was just the fact that, my children had to see me succeed, because then they will never give up. Whatever is thrown at them in the journey through life, they will never give up. So that was my staying power. It had nothing to do with anything else that I want to prove to myself. Like, no. I had to prove not just to myself, but to my children that you never give up. You keep going. You keep giving that resilience to just keep moving. You need to have it. You need that was my staying power, my kids. Because
Thank
CFA,
you.
it's a journey.
We'll test you, right? We'll push you beyond limits.
It will humble you. It would humble
Actually,
you.
I like your response because it's quite honest. It's quite personal. There must be a personal reason. It must be your reason must have a deep emotional connection for you to really want to follow through. A lot of people do not have the courage to say it's their kids, and I interact with a lot of candidates by virtue of work, and they say all kinds of things, but many a times, a few honest ones will tell you it's deeply personal, because of my children, because of family, or I just want a better life for people around me or something. I just want to model something to some people, right? And I think that's why I like your response tonight. Thank you very much. I mean, because again, there's no right or wrong answer, right? But I think that the only thing that can carry people through this exam, right, is something deeply personal. It has to be personal for to carry someone through. Thank you very much for that. I like to hear what Mr. Banu has to say. Ogamed.
My response is a bit people that I'm sure a lot of people on this call know me. So
Yeah.
That question is I don't even when Yetunde was answering, I started having emotions and I became emotional. He said, I don't want to be emotional.
Look at you.
So I would say that there was I don't want to say personal, yeah. So I used to say this a lot in my classes, and I'm sure a lot of people would have heard me say this. So when I was writing my level 2, I was in New Frontiers. Then probably that if anybody that knows New Frontiers, the ground floor was the whole of level 2. Like we're a lot, and some people don't even used to come every weekend. So one day I took it upon myself to ask almost everybody in class during the break to say, wait, why are you writing CFA? Why are you writing CFA? Why are you writing CFA? And I did a little statistics. My result, majority of people that were writing CFA were writing CFA because they were either looking for a career, they were either looking for a career change, or they were looking for a promotion, or they wanted to move to treasury. A lot of them had to do with treasury, or somebody told them, if you want to get a portfolio management job and all that, you have to sort of do CFA. But for me, it was kind of different. I think for me, it was just that. And I would always liken it to someone that some people might actually know on this call. And every time I have a conversation with her, I always tell her that, do you know that you're the one that made me write CFA? Or rather, you are the one that triggered this journey that I am in today. She's a sister. She's in the industry. She's my elder sister. She's my elder sister because she's my elder sister's friend. She's someone I'm close to. So I don't know if I should mention her name, but let me just give the story. So once upon a time in 2006, I was opportune to be an intern in ARM. Yeah, 2006, pre-NYSC, very much out of school. Did not know my left from my right. The only thing I knew was I graduated with actuarial science 2-1. So feeling like a hot guy, Then I got into ARM and barely a month, I joined ARM in November. She probably wrote the exam in December, and in January, I remember I went for NYC in February. So when the results came out end of January, it was a jamboree, like serious jamboree. Everybody was up in the sky, hailing her. She felt like a star, like, you have passed CFA, like so she probably finished her CFA in 2006, 2007. So yeah, finished CFA, everybody just went off the roof and all that. Now, for me, I just liked that way that everybody celebrated that. So I felt, okay, what's this exam? And they said CFA. What is CFA? I started doing my research, and I said, oh, and then she was in investment management. And everybody says, oh, if you want to be an investment manager, you must have CFA, and all that. And I said, okay, I think this is the journey I want to embark on. Yeah. And interestingly, fast forward almost 20 years, Abby. This is almost 20 years down the line. I have CFA and I'm an investment manager. Yeah, that's what I do for a living. So for me, it was why stay? I think the stay for me is on the premise that I wanted it. So it was either I have it or I don't have it. And I knew that there was nothing about not having it. So if I don't have it, what will I have? Yeah. So it was even CFA that made me have that. It was after I had my CFA that I became a chartered stockbroker. So it wasn't, I didn't become a chartered stockbroker before CFA. So to me, it was, you know what? If I'm not going for the tough guy and conquering that tough guy, then what else do I want to have? Yeah. So it was either do it or get done with it. And interestingly, out of all the levels, level 3 seemed to be the one that is very personal to me. And that's why we're talking about today, level 3. It's level 3 was personal. Level 3 dealt with me. So yeah, even a lot of people will say, but you smart guy, he dealt with me. He dealt with me. Maybe as we go along, some of you might probably already know the story because at least for a while now I've been teaching level 3 classes, and I've shared my experiences while in class. But for me, maybe as we go along, I would explain, I would give my story. But level 3 was just a different ball game. And I'll share my reasons as we move along. So yeah, why did I stay?
Thank you.
Either you do it or you don't do it. I have to do it.
Yeah. You had no plan B, so you had to be. It was either the CFA or the CFA. So it's not like you had another option, for you.
Let me just say this.
That's a strong one. I mean,
let me say this. Something just popped in my head.
Go ahead.
I didn't pass in 2016, I'll probably still be writing CFA till today. That's basically.
Oh, really?
Yes. So if I didn't pass it in 2016, meaning that if obviously I passed in 2016, but I'm just saying if I didn't pass in 2016, I will probably still be writing it to today.
Yeah.
It's just how personally entangled I go with CFA.
Yeah. Yes. So clearly there is something personal. There has to be something personal about it, because again, what I hear people say is the exact opposite of what you said. I mean, candidates have told me, I'm in class now, I'm taking this, I'm putting in all this work. If I do not pass this exam, I'm not coming back again. Especially for people who are at a certain point in their career. We hear that a lot, because again, we interact with a lot of candidates, right?
Yeah. Ayo, which is why even Lamide just said on the chat group that percentage is 5%.
Yeah.
Because of what you said. And I see, maybe because as a tutor, standing from a tutor's perspective, I see that when I speak to my students. If I don't pass, and sorry to say, Ayo, just to mention something, it's also there's also the emotional aspect to it. So when you are writing the CFA, I always tell people, when you write the CFA exams, you must go through an emotional roller coaster. It's just normal. A lot of people don't like the emotional roller coaster. A lot of people don't like the fact that I wake up one morning and I don't want to check my phone, because I know that if I check my phone, that I will see my results. So I don't want to see. I knew somebody that she checks her results 2 weeks after. That was her principle while she was writing CFA. I checked my results 2 weeks after. It is 2 weeks after she goes to check, when all the frenzy has happened and everybody has chatted, hey, I passed, hey, I failed. You ask her, she will not answer you. It's until 2 weeks. So probably the emotional part of it also is what a lot of people can't deal with. And they think, you know what?
Mm.
And if I go through all this pain
Yeah.
and I don't pass this thing, let me just stay put.
Stay
I
with
bet
it.
I have ACCA, I have ICANN, I have
Yeah.
CIS. Oh, I beg, let me make I do my day.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Again, it's clear. It has to be deeply personal. I mean, and that's what both of you have alluded to right now. It has to be deeply personal, which is why, people come after 5 years of writing a level, then they come and say, I'm ready and all that and all that. All right. So,
They now have the
thank you very
strength.
much. But
They
again,
now have the strength to conquer it.
let's hope so. All right. So now let's look at it. When you talk about the level 3 exam, there are all kinds of things. For someone who is now a charter holder, I want to find out what were the biggest memories for you in level 3. So when you think about your level 3 story, maybe not across all the other levels now. Let's stick with level 3. What were the biggest memories for you, taking the level 3 exam? Any of you can go first. Fine.
Biggest memories. I have fond memories of my level 3 actually, because I had fantastic study buddies. That's
That's
all.
your class.
Yetunde,
Nobody
if
saw
you had said
himself as.
otherwise, I wouldn't have
No,
agreed with you. I would
Thank
have been
you.
very
I
I
upset.
had
mean,
Like, I would have been very upset.
yes, and Lamide is
yeah.
here, my number one study buddy.
Oh,
We went
interesting.
through this journey together.
Yeah.
My fondest
Okay. Hi,
memory,
Lamide.
I remember our time. Yeah.
Yetunde, I'm not Ayo, but did you know Lamide before the class?
No, we
You
didn't
didn't? Are
know
you
each other.
serious?
We became friends. New Frontiers did that. They did that work. They
And I
did
knew
that
both
work.
of you before the class.
Yes, you did. You know,
That's the class where it doesn't matter whether you saw passed on your result. Until everybody had passed, nobody had passed.
they never leave a
That
man
class was that.
alone. You
That
know,
class was that. Yeah, I remember that class.
Let
yes,
me
fantastic.
Yetunde, I
Yes,
want to say something there. I want
yes.
to tell Lamide under the boss. Lamide, apologies. As you shouldn't have joined this meeting, this
She
thing.
came for me. She came for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's
I
go
know. And I
out
want to
like
put you under the boss. Should I? And I think I can say it now because at least we're all done. Yeah. By the way, I was in their class, I was their tutor. And I know
Yes.
Lamide and Yetunde from outside, just for guidance sake, just to get transparency. So when Lamide passed, yeah, I just want to tell you the emotional what CFA does to you. When Lamide passed, and I reached out to her, and I asked her, "You're not excited?" And she said she's not excited. And I said, "Why are you not excited?" And she said, "Yetunde did not pass." I say, eh? She said, "Yeah, Yetunde did not pass." And I said, so that's why you're not excited. She said, she's not excited though. That her best friend did not pass and she passed. She's not excited. She's not excited. She's not excited. And to me, when she gave me that feedback, I felt it because I understood where she was. Which is you've gone through this exercise, you've gone through this experience with someone, and you passed the exam. And the person you went through that experience with did not pass. And you know the dedication and the effort and everything that the person put into that exam, and the person did not pass. You don't feel like celebrating.
Yes.
There's nothing to celebrate about it. If both of you had passed, probably should have been very excited. Should have probably thrown a party. Because the response I got from her was different from the response I would have gotten from someone that passed. And that's the emotional roller coaster that CFA takes you through. Yeah, I know a lot of my reading mates, my reading team, when I was writing my level 3 that did not pass. When I passed, they were the last set of people I told that I passed. Because and funny enough, the reason why I'm saying this, a lot of people here are writing level 3.
You need that.
I taught a level 1 class over the weekend, and I told them something, and I said, look at all the faces that you see here. There are 2 things that are going to happen. One is some of them, when you cross that line, they will be there with you. A lot of them will not be there with you. A lot of them, you never see them after this class. And that is me being truthful. However, the bonds that you have with the people in this class and people that take you through that experience, it is necessary. You can't walk the CFA journey alone. It's impossible. You can't. If you decide to say you want to take that journey alone, you must probably be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But truth be told, that bond is very necessary. My level 3, I'll be honest, was my toughest. So, out of the old levels, the level 3 was level 3 showed me shaggy. Yeah, sorry, Lamide, but I just wanted to sort of put that out there. Every time I think about you today, that's what comes to my mind. Man.
Yeah, Lamide was a study buddy and a half, as in she was there through it all. I remember so my level 3 was a 3-attempt journey as well. So the second one, we did it together. And my fondest memory of CFA was, on Val's Day. Can you remember Lamide? And I got cupcakes and we all celebrated together. We're in the library trying to study for our CFA level 3. And then, we all had this picture. And every time I look at that picture, it was just, I think, 5 of us doing our level 3 together. And today I can say that we have all made it through. Okay, well, we have one more of us that is going to make it through. And, just looking at the memories that we shared then, just to make sure that we all go through this process together. It's a memory that you will never, ever, ever forget. Fantastic, fantastic. That's my fondest memory. The friends that I've made along the way, the people that I've found, and Lamide that has become like a sister to me through this journey. You need those buddies to see you through. So yes, Ahmed is right. You need those buddies to see you through.
I mean, aren't we all human beings after all? Doesn't matter how technical the exam is.
Both CFA and non-CFA, because I can see
how can you forget
buddies.
Michael?
I was just about to say my favorite lecturer after Ahmed and Michael and Ayokule.
Ahmed.
Hi,
my
Michael.
boss, is that you?
Hi.
Michael, you're on this call.
My boss, I cannot take, I'm learning from you. I cannot take that position. So, I'll always back down.
It made fixed income easy. Oh my goodness. And derivatives. The complicated ones were the ones I loved. So thanks to Michael. So yeah.
My full memories of level 3.
Thank you very much.
I mean, twice.
You have brought the big wigs to this meeting. In fact, you brought more people than we expected. The next time I'll call now, the president of the CFA Institute. So I say I'm on this call.
So Ayo, for
it's
me,
amazing.
I wrote level 3 twice. I like the way Yetunde put it. My experience was 1-1-2. Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 memories I will never forget. And I think I say it, I think that experience formed a critical message I passed across in my classes in level 3. So I would say the first one. The second one is not very good, but I would say I think they are not very wonderful memories, but I would share. The first one was when I was in New Frontiers. So I did my level 2 in New Frontiers. I did my level 3 in New Frontiers. Yeah. And it was quite interesting that Banji taught us institutional investors, which is what I teach now. Interestingly. Yeah. That's what I teach now. So So I took it over from Banji.
Oh, wow.
So I was in class, and then we used to have, I always tell you guys, New Frontiers is now soft. You know, then New Frontiers was hard. It was hard. Going to class then was pain. Every week we used to have
Please
tests.
tell them again.
Every week, every end of the month, we used to have tests. What is the problem? And then it was normal. So now when I look at it, these guys are chilling, you know. Every month, Isaka would have come. Oh yeah, start giving us question paper. Sit down in class, improv. What is the problem? Now me pay for exam now. Let me pay for this thing. What is wrong with these guys? But anyway, the point I'm driving at was, so Banji marked our script. And interestingly, Banji's feedback in one of our tests was the reason why I failed level 3 the first time. Yeah. So he looked at my script and he said, this was his feedback. You know it. Yeah, that's what he said. You know it. But this cannot make you pass. So I think for me, what I didn't do was I didn't ask him, what do you mean? You know, and obviously, and that's what I always tell people. That's another thing about CFA. CFA has a way of making you feel too brilliant, has a way of making you feel too dumb. Yeah. When you pass, you feel too brilliant. When you fail, you feel too dumb. So because I wrote level 1 once, I wrote level 2 once, I got to level 3, Banji was telling me, you know, but this is what will make you fail. My response to him was, what's this guy talking about? This guy don't know why I be. I beg, bros. I beg, mark my script and let me get out of here, you know? And interestingly, when I look back to the reason why I failed the first time, Banji's words keep resonating in my head. Even though I never went back to him to ask him why, yeah, but I figured it out myself. I never finished. If I tell you guys my level 1, my level 3 first attempt experience, you will laugh at me. Yeah, it was one of my worst exams I've ever written in my life. And the reason why was because I was overwriting it. So if they ask you, what is risk tolerance? I'm a ban over Sabi. I will define risk tolerance for you. Hey, I'll first tell you what risk tolerance is. Tell you that risk tolerance can be above average, below average, and average. Before I'll now tell you that the client's risk tolerance is above average. I must tell you that I know. And that was the reason why I failed, because I never finished the first paper. I didn't even do 4 questions. So that was my one memory that always rings. It's not how well you know, but how well you can succeed at what you know.
No.
Yeah. My second memory was that I slumped twice, writing level 2 the second time. Yeah. So that experience was quite interesting, because that day I think I had read Monday morning, read Tuesday morning, Monday night, read Tuesday morning, read Tuesday night, read Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, Thursday morning I was at it. Thursday midday, we just got an email. Then I was at Stanbic, and they said compulsory workouts. Everybody must be at the workout arena. With cloth or no cloth, come with gym cloth or no come gym cloth, we must be there. It is compulsory. So I went with my shirt, my trouser, my shoe, and I went there. And the guy said jump. And that was the end. Once I jumped, I did not land. Yes, so you're shocked. Once I jumped, don't ask anybody in Stanbic.
What happened?
I slumped. I was gone. Once I jumped, the next thing I knew was they were pouring me water, they were carrying me, they were there, he's dead, he's not dead. Somebody was already crying, oh, I've lost Ahmed. And I just stood up and I said,
Wow.
What happened? And they said, you're awake. Well, thank God. I was gone. So it was then I had to change my reading pattern to ensure that one day out of the whole week, I will not read. And that day that I chose was Thursdays. So on Thursdays, I don't read. I just post from morning to night. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I read. Friday, I come for lectures. Saturday, lectures. Sunday, lectures. Oh, then I was even doing lectures. So, because I'd done lectures for the first time. So Friday, I read. Saturday, I read. Sunday, I read. But Thursdays was my free day, my cheat day, do anything. So that was one experience that I realized that if, as humans, if you want to stretch yourself, you can stretch yourself to a point where you would break yourself. A lot of us don't know how to stretch ourselves. A lot of us don't know how to stretch ourselves to a certain limit, to our optimal level. A lot of us stretch ourselves beyond and break. So it's understanding that you can stretch yourself, yes, which is what CFA does to you, stretches you, but you should know your limit, that beyond this, I'm going to break.
Yeah.
So yeah, level 3 taught me a lot. And I always tell people, sorry, Ayo, just one more thing. I know I talk a lot. One more thing, yeah. I always tell people that if I did not fail level 3, I probably wouldn't have been a tutor. And I wouldn't have valued CFA. So for me, I think God just used that as, guy, you have to value this thing now. This thing is not, this is what people are suffering to get. You now want to get it, and you now want to get it and be feeling like, oh, it's one. So I think failing level 3 the first time brought me back to life. Yeah. I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And there is a humanistic tone to everything that has been said again. So this time around, let's move. I have only 3 more questions for you people tonight, and I think they are the hottest ones. Now, let's go this way. And Madam Yetunde, you go first. So there is somebody on this call who is wondering. So Ahmed had mentioned just now about how he would have answered questions, before now and all, how he answered at the first time and all that, and how the exam turned out to be. Now, looking at it, what would you say a candidate should pay attention to in level 3? It's clear. Level 3 is a different ball game entirely. If for nothing, for the constructed response section, right? For the fact that you're going to be constructing responses, it's not multiple choice, right? At that point, even if we ignore the multiple choice part, that part where you're going to be constructing responses, right? Yes. What should a candidate be paying attention to, from what to study, how to answer questions, particularly that part where you are constructing responses, the kind of pitfalls you need to avoid. This level 3 thing, how do we do it? How do we crack this thing? What should a candidate pay attention to? So that's it. So let's see.
Ahmed kind of mentioned it when he talked about what Banji did to him when he wrote his response to him, that you know it, but this will make you fail. So level 3 is less about depth of knowledge and it's more about depth of application. So you need to be able to apply what you have learned. You need to pay close attention to understanding the concepts and then focus really, really on the constructed and constructive responses. The key for me, what I found when I was doing level 3 was ensuring that I treated the blue box questions like gold. The blue box questions. Okay, before I even go there, there's a Yoruba saying that Marojo gutter to dirty or something like that. I said, don't say the gutter is dirty when it's not dirty. Really, don't overwrite. Don't overemphasize things that they haven't asked you. Don't say, don't answer a question you have not been asked. Then the blue box questions for me, gold. It actually tells you the mind of the examiner. It tells you what the examiner is looking at and looking out for. So for me, that was the strategy the 3rd time round, ensuring that I did all the blue box questions, understanding how to respond you notice that those blue box questions are actually the responses are tiny, and even in the exam, you just have to write tiny responses like that. And time management is a silent killer if ignored. So from the get-go, begin to get your constructive responses precise as possible. Yeah, and when I was looking online just before my level 3, I found someone had a cheat sheet on the command words. Like when the examiner says, calculate, this is what they're looking for. So I would mention just one. So calculate, describe, determine, discuss, identify, recommend, explain. Then there's one, justify. So what does the examiner want from this kind of question, for instance? Strictly states the information from the case and then interpret. So all of us know, and Ahmed just talks about it, saying above average, below average, No, that's not what. In the question, they would have told you the investor had a 30-year time horizon. That's a case fact. You stated there. Investor's horizon is 30 years, full stop, which is a long time horizon and helps to recover him from losses. That's it. That's your response. Know how to respond in a very, very concise manner. Understanding the command words is the key to passing the CFA level 3 for me, in my opinion. So that's just one example. And I can share this command words that I found and the cheats on how to, respond when you see something like explain. Cite information. Always the thing I learned at the end, always cite the information, the answer is in the question. Cite information from the case and conclude with information that is not from the case, but has been referred to the case. So, yeah. Then, Ahmed, you can go. And if I remember anything else, I'll say.
Okay, so yesterday, thanks. For the guys on this call that are, and I'm not trying to market New Frontiers, yeah. For the guys that are on this call that are attending New Frontiers, they are level 3. I would say the tutors in level 3, there's a core, yeah. I like to call it the core. I'm sure I know what I'm talking about. So there's a core of tutors in level 3, and I would say, and they've done this over years, donkey years. So I would mention somebody now, yeah, that gave us a cheat sheet. And what he said then is still something that I even still use at work till today. Read the question first before you read the passage. So before you read that passage, that very lengthy passage. So Yetunde, I don't know, I want to ask you a question. Did you write the computer-based exam?
Yes, I did.
Are you serious? How was it?
It wasn't bad. Type fast. You can copy and paste.
You can
interesting. Copy and paste.
I actually didn't think about that because I've been telling my students you need to be able to type fast. I've forgotten about copy and paste.
Copy and paste that information from the case. Just copy and paste, and then
I didn't
learned that
think about that
at the third attempt.
I didn't think about that at all. Thank you for that. I wanted to ask that question. Now, thank you. I'll tell my students in class that you actually can copy and paste because I've been telling them, go and learn how to type fast. Go and learn how to type fast. During our own time, obviously, it wasn't computer-based, it was all written. Yeah. But two things. One is, I always say this, crack shit. Yeah. I don't, like I said, I'll use back during my time. Number one is focus on your strength. When you get to the exam, that morning paper, you need some level of confidence. By the time you start seeing all those questions, you will lose confidence. Trust me. Like I said, I've written it twice. Yeah. So you need to focus on your strength. What are you good at? What aspect of the level 3 comes to you easily? During my time, which is part of the things I teach now, performance evaluation was easy for me. It came, I didn't have to overthink it. Yeah. Another thing again that came to me easily, maybe because I like calculation, where things around derivatives, options and futures, how do you, all the things that Michael taught us in class, how do you do your, what's that thing called again? What's that thing called though? There's something I even still said it in my last class on Sunday. Duration matching. Yeah. That's mark to market every day. How many bonds do I need to buy? How many, for me to be able to match the, so I liked all those things. Yeah. So you see things like portfolio management proper, which is what I do, interestingly. Institutional investors was a pain. Private wealth was there, So you need to know your strength. Go to the exam, answer your strength first. It gives you a bit of boost. Number two, like I said, for every question you want to attempt, read the question first before you read the passage. By the time you are reading the passage, you already know the answers to the question that you have seen. Number three is what Yetunde have said. And I've said it over and over and over again. For level 3, do not write too much. There is not a matter of I know it. There's this thing they used to say, when you go to battle, when you go to war, and you're in front of your enemy, nobody will ask you if you survive. Nobody will ask you, how did you kill the person? Did you shoot him 15 times? Or did you shoot him once? All they will ask you is, you're alive. Thank God, though. So for the CFA exam, also have that same mentality, and also buttressing what Yetunde has said. When you are in the examination hall and you are writing your answers, be concise, straight to the point. As they always say, KISS, KISS. Keep it super simple, straight to the point. I was even almost telling you today, you have not learned from the things I taught you. When she was, if they ask you what is the investor's risk tolerance, don't write 30.
No,
Don't see if they say what is the investor's investment horizon, just write 30. Long term. Don't bother, don't even put the investment horizon. Just write long term, 30. What's the risk tolerance above average? Don't make things too long. Is it a boy? Yes. Is it a girl? No. They know that you know it. So don't bother yourself. So yeah. So that's level 3. The longer you write, like she mentioned, time is. Let me give you guys my little story. I'm always wanting to say, let me say it. The first time I wrote level 3, I did not reach question number 4. I know I've said this thing several times. Ayo, I've not said it to you before. The first time I wrote level 3, morning paper, 11 questions. By the time 3 hours was done, I did not reach number 4. I just finished question number 4. As I was writing number 5, they said time up. I came out of the examination hall. You know how Nigerians are now? We wrote it in Ghana. Nigerians will always be Nigerians. We came out from the examination hall. Everybody ran to me. Man, the brilliant boy. The brilliant boy was not brilliant. There was no brilliancy, anything. Somebody now asked me one question and I wanted to die. Let me be honest, there was no reason for me to write the second paper. I would have just gone home. And the lady came to me, feeling that, Ahmed, the superhero, Ahmed, I know something. And she came and she said, Ahmed, did you do question number 9? Was the answer something, something, something? That's why I looked at the girl. I said, question number 9. She said, yes, now.
Like, was there a question number 9?
Question number 9. Question number. I said, I was looking at it like this, question number 9. Obviously, I cannot tell her I did not get there now. I just kept saying question number 9. She said, why do you like behaving like this? You like feeling as if you are too brilliant. You don't want to answer somebody. I said, question number 9. This girl does not know that I did not get to question number 9. Then, I just don't know when I just said it. I didn't get to question number 9. Or rather, no, I said I did, obviously I lied. I said I didn't answer question number 9. I know obviously CFA is answer all now. So I said I did not write question number 9. I jumped question number 9. And she goes, you jumped question number 9. You did not see the marks, the weighting in question number 9. Question number 9 had 40 marks. It had the heaviest number of marks. I've already failed.
You already knew your results now.
I said that's why I said there was no point writing the afternoon paper.
Writing the afternoon.
But she did not understand. Only me understood. So I just kept looking around, and obviously, you know, Nigerians now. I just told everything to fight, and I walked away. I said, "Oh, leave me, Joe. I beg you. I'm written there." And I went to my corner. I went to go and cry. Why? Because I was trying to be a lecturer in the examination hall, trying to form that I know. I was setting questions. There was a time I canceled the page. For the guys that wrote during my time, I canceled the page. If you understand what I mean, I canceled the page. So my point here is you need to. So in terms of reading, yeah, preparing for the exam, there's no, like I always tell people, there's no trick to it. Just read the material, understand the material. You will know it. The real pain is actually passing the exam, because the exam is very tricky. As Yetunde has said, there's if you hear explain, there's something they're looking for. If they say list, there's something they're looking for. Yeah. If they say mention, there's something they're looking for. If they say calculate, there's something they're looking for. If they say what, they know what they're looking for. You need to understand all those peculiarities. Very critical. If you don't, there might be a struggle. There might be a struggle.
Thank you very much. I mean, before we go too far, Madam Yetunde, that cheat sheet, what was the source?
Do you know, I can't remember till today. I think it was a CFA group. It was a CFA level 3 group. So I'm just going to copy and
yeah.
It was a CFA level 3 group that I saw it.
So because again, if I know what that is justified, blah blah blah, and the likes of them, I mean, I can paint my room. With those key command words, right?
Very important.
Instead of putting success, persistence, and all those things in the level 3 class, I would rather just have those words there, and people can see it every single time they show up in class or something. Or we can build something around it for our candidates.
I've shared it on the group.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's very good, and that's
thank you.
I'll game changer.
Thank you. I'll pick it up from there. Olani, please, you're on the call. Kindly pick as well. Thank you, guys. I hope you are picking these things quickly. I mean, I need to know that our guys are on the call and they are following. So if you have picked anything, are you just able to type in the chat? Just let's even see. Let me know that you're following. I have quite a number of it here from the sacredness of handling, from the sacredness that you handle the blue box questions or the blue box examples with, right? That thing in the curriculum. To not overwriting, yeah, keep it super short. Thank you, Uche. To time management in the exams, to using the cheat sheet, understanding the key command words, to giving very concise responses, and all that. And I think I liked the one where you said, that's my name, isn't it? Is it cite info from the case and conclude with information that's not in the case. I think that's quite profound. Are you able to speak to 100%. That for maybe another 1 minute? What exactly do you mean by that?
Okay, so a typical example, I would use this justify. So you know that the investor has a 30-year time horizon. What are the advantages of having a long time horizon? That's the response they want from you. They want you to identify that the person has a 30-year time horizon, and then what would a 30-year do for an investor? So the person can take on more risk because you have a long time horizon. So they want you to be able to say you can recover your losses because you have that time. So you need to know peculiarities, or if someone has a short time horizon, What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? If someone has a long-term horizon, what are the advantages and disadvantages? So those are the things they want you to be able to answer in the question.
When they say justify.
Yeah, when they say justify. So they would have put it in the case saying this person has a 5-year time horizon. You'd be like, no, this person can't go and invest in capital. What's that? Mutifijeba. That you can invest in long-term investment stuff, so you know that you can just do bonds, low risk, you know, things like that. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. let me keep you on it for 1 minute and say, now you said you talked about writing the level 3 exam twice, right? 3 times. If you look at your journey, if you were to take the level 3 exams now,
Yes.
what would you do differently?
I'll plan better. So my boss always says something. What you plan for, you make happen. I would plan my study better. Like, okay, I have 3 months to achieve this. What are the things I need to do in the 3 months? I would have a structured timetable. And I think that was what helped me this last time as well. Having structure in place and know that, okay, I have this 3 months, I'm going to focus on my focus, get rid of every distraction. After my exam, I can do all the O1 and everything. But I know that, for this 3 months, I need to plan better. I'll look at, because I wouldn't say I had the opportunity of doing it 3 times, but hindsight, I knew my weak areas. I was able to plan better using my weak areas, and without ignoring the areas that you had strengths in. So my timetable was structured in such a way that, yeah, I know I have weakness in this area, I have my strengths in this area, but then try to balance it. So I think planning would really, really help you to succeed. So that's me. Planning. You need to plan. You need to get rid of every distraction. So I used to go to the library without my phone. And they used to be like, you're going to the library without your mobile phone. Yes, drop it at home. It's just for 3 months. After these 3 months, we can have our mobile phones, forever. But, plan, and get rid of every distraction. It is so important. We face this kind of thing. We face this with everything we've got. Plan, get rid of distractions, because those distractions will come, and, just aim for the best.
Ayo.
Yeah, I was coming to you.
Me, I'll tell you for a fact, I will not write CFA again. I know Mike will not be happy with what I'm saying, but it's the truth. I will not write it again. I will not write CFA. Telling you.
It takes everything.
I will not write CFA.
I became
fast writing CFA. I'm not writing CFA. And it's not that I haven't benefited from the qualification has not been beneficial. No, I would not say that. But I'm saying that journey, that emotional roller coaster, that whole experience, do I want to go through it again? I went through it for 4 years. Do I want to go? No. The dedication and the time spent, yeah, to be honest, is valuable. Yeah. But when you think about it, it was pain. So I'll give you a story that I like to tell people. I'm sure a lot of people that know me in this class, in this session, would have probably heard this story before. When I was writing my level 3 the second time, yeah, prior to then, I introduced a couple. On their wedding day, the lady wanted me to be her chief bridesmaid. The guy wanted me to be his best man. Bros, I did not attend that wedding. Do you get my point? So I was so close to the couple that I did not attend their wedding. Those are the sacrifices that, so if I add to what Yetunde has said, the fact that you are going to read and you are not taking your phone is a sacrifice. Because a lot could have happened the whole 3 hours or 4 hours that you were reading. That's what CFA takes from you. And that's what I tell people. The level 1 guys that I teach now, I tell them, if you are not ready for this pain, if you know you don't have it, don't waste your time. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to, no, because maybe I want to be the only one that have CFA, no. But I'm just telling you that it is an emotional roller coaster. It's not. So for me, I think, like I said earlier, probably I would have asked Banji why. If I go back in time to 2015, before I wrote the first time, I would have probably asked Banji why. But like I said, pride. And you know what happens when you're proud? Yeah? It happened to me. So I probably had asked Banji, why? Why did you say so? Please come and tell me now. Nah, I was full of myself. Yeah. So probably taking a lot of lessons, a lot of the things that I learned. I said, you guys are going to new frontiers. You guys are lucky. Yeah. So I look back, a lot of things I learned so I would say the actual teaching. So a lot of things I learned as outside the material itself were things that I sat down to redigest and helped me. So probably I would have, to be honest, probably I would have had my head to the ground, meaning I shouldn't have been full of myself to say, oh yeah, I passed level 1 once, passed level 2 once, level 3, I'll pass it. But hey, here I am today. But so for me, I think, and I always tell people, humility. Try as much as possible to not let CFA get into your head, because it has a way of also getting into your head. Preparation is very key. Anybody that knows me, I would always tell you, if you prepare well, CFA exam will be easy. There was a lady that came to me yesterday that she passed level 1. And the first question I asked her is, you can see the exam was easy. And she said, it wasn't easy, but it was easy. And I said, wait, that's not the question I asked you. Was it easy? And she said, yes. And I said, was it easy? She said, like you said, I said, oh, you don't want to agree to what I said. Okay, no problem. Let's move on. And it's a fact, if you prepare well, you take in the sacrifices, you build the time, it takes a lot of time out of you, you prepare well, you'd pass. But for level 3, like we mentioned earlier, Yetunde and I mentioned earlier, you see this thing that I sent to you on this group chat, go and copy it and paste it on your wall. I've read it. Go and paste it and point it on your wall. That's what differentiates your ability to pass in level 3 and your ability to fail. You might know it, but if you don't know this little cheat sheet,
that's it.
And like somebody said, keep it simple, super short, as much as possible. Yeah. Straight to the point. No, they don't do secondary school style of go and define what risk tolerance is first. Like Ahmed Banu, first go and define what risk tolerance is and tell them that you know what risk tolerance is. They know you know. If you didn't know, you won't be level 3.
Mm-hmm. The fact that you can even copy and paste.
Yeah.
The fact that you can copy and paste now even makes it life easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fact that
and I mean, you're saying something about application. Yeah. You're saying something about application.
Yeah, it said it all. It's about application. It's not about you knowing and knowing. It's about depth of application. Can you apply judgment to those responses? And that's it.
Yeah. I think I must say this from what you just said now, Mr. Ban. I think the higher we go, the humbler we must become. It's tougher to fail at level 3 than to fail at level 1. And clearly that could have been avoided. I mean, there is really no reason, if it's avoidable, not to fail. I mean, why fail if you can avoid it now? There's no. If it was just to ask somebody, you understand what I'm saying, and say, what do you mean by We just get the lessons from there and we'll move on. But again, thank God. I mean, we are glad we can learn from your story today. It's beautiful. I think that I'll take one question. There are two more. I'll take one now. Then I will give a very brief presentation because of somebody who on this call might need it. Then you'll then come and say we'll take the last question, then question and answer from everybody, then we can go. I think we're maximizing our time. We are in good time already. Yeah. So let me ask you, and I will ask this one. I will ask this one with my full chest. I'll say, so Madam Yetunde, so can you talk about the value that you think that New Frontiers, adds to you as a candidate, right? Maybe for your career or for just exam preparation. Yes, we've talked about it in passing, but I want to be more specific about it now. So I'm asking, can you talk about that value directly?
Yes, I can. I can say a lot about New Frontiers. Like I said, my journey, 323 journey. So I came to New Frontiers when I was on number 3 level, my level 1, and it was my 3rd attempt. I thought, geez, I keep failing this exam. What am I going to do? And someone introduced me to New Frontiers, and it played a very, very, very important role in my CFA journey. It was a game changer for me. It helped to put structure in place. My Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I knew I had nowhere else to be but New Frontiers. It's a community. It's a place where the lecturers and even the people, they're not just thinking about making money. They're thinking about ensuring that their students succeed. It's the quality of teaching is top notch. I cannot overemphasize it. Like Michael, fixed income, derivatives, the difficult ones, I love them because of the caliber of lecturers that, I had Aisha for level 1, I remember, and that was when I fell in love with derivatives. I was doing a little bit of derivatives at work, but then they just made me understand it even better. So, New Frontiers played that role in making things that seemed seemingly complicated easier. And, something that would have taken me possibly 3 or 4 days to understand, being in class made it easier to, understand when you have like-minded students, answering questions and just coming up mnemonics. I remember level 1, we had a lot of mnemonics that made the life and the journey easier. And New Frontiers shared resources. Ahmed mentioned it that Mr. Isaka, it will give you resources upon resources. I remember with CFA level 1, we had access to that app. What's it called now? Schweizer. All the question bank. He gave us a lot of questions. They focused on ensuring that every student was not left behind. Every student was carried along. It's New Frontier turns preparation into partnership, and it's a powerful thing. Michael, Mr. Isaka, and you here. I remember when I failed my level 2, my level 3 the second time, and I was just on the mark, and you guys went to me and said, you know what? We just need to help get you across the line. And you checked up on me all the time. You ensured that I was studying. You ensured that, I was getting by. It goes beyond just being a preparation place, just a place where students come to. It's a place where we know that you want to nurture students and help them get through the line. I will recommend New Frontiers anytime, any day. It's a family, it's a community, it's an institution all in one. Is where you make lasting friendships. And I'm grateful for the gift of Lamide through New Frontiers. So New Frontiers is a fantastic, fantastic learning place. I'll recommend it anytime. And yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to ask you this one, but you can think about it, but you'll tell me eventually.
Okay.
When are you coming to teach for me? Right? So, Mr. Banu, where are you going? Mr. Banu,
Idiot.
you were once a student, right? You were once
Sorry?
a student, right? You were once a student.
Yes, so if I talk about New Frontiers,
So I want you to talk as both as when
so
you were a student and
I
now that
can't,
you're a teacher.
that's what I like to say, that
Yeah.
it's a bit interesting. So I was in New
Mm.
Frontiers 2014 and
Yeah.
2015.
Hmm.
And I've taught since 2017. So I've been more of a tutor than a student. But for me, it's kind of interesting that I've enjoyed being a tutor than being a student. And it's not because of the fact that the students' exercise is a bit strenuous, stressful, and all that. But it's because as a tutor, I've had the privilege of meeting a lot of people. So if I talk about New Frontiers, the first thing that comes to me, I still said it to somebody this weekend, and I said, New Frontiers have helped my career. Do you know how? Do you know why? Yetunde, do you know how New Frontiers have helped my career? New Frontiers have helped my career because majority of the people that I go and beg for money are my students.
Yes.
So the moment they see me, they say, our
My
tutor.
lecturer.
Oh my God. Cannot but give you the money. That's helped my career. So beyond that selfish content, yeah, I've been able to bond with a lot of students, at least. Yetunde, Olamide, a lot of people. Yeah, there's still somebody today. I don't want to call her name. I'm not sure. I know she cannot be here because she has passed. She still called me CFA daddy to today because she was also a student and she calls herself CFA baby. And I said, okay, from today, start calling me CFA daddy. She's my paddy. Yeah. And I always say this a lot, that is I think I came to Ayo. I think I've come to you before. I think me and you spoke about it. And I said, we need to start CFA, what's that thing? Alumni.
The alumni, yeah.
Sorry, New Frontiers alumni. Apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I sat down one day, a lot of people have passed through New Frontiers. A lot. There was one thing that Isaka told me recently. I said it's a lie. Isaka said, you teach him. I said, no, I don't teach him. He said, you teach him. I say, I don't teach him. He said, don't worry, you don't go no. Saying, I me be registered, I me they see them. What did they say you teach him? Yeah, so that was the argument. So basically, what I always tell people is, a lot of people come to New Frontiers and you really don't know who they are. Yeah, you don't know who this person is. This person is a managing. There's a guy that is a managing director of a company. Every time I see him on LinkedIn, I just say, this guy that was my student that time. This guy is my student. So yeah, as a tutor, it has been a wonderful experience. Met a lot of wonderful people. At least before this session started, I begged Yetunde for money. I said, let me come and collect money from your hand. Manage your own. Apologies, but guys, I don't understand your bank. But as a student, for me, I think as a student, it's still the same. I'll tell you a fact. I still have that same, and yesterday, this is me speaking. I still have that same connection. I see New Frontiers beyond the educational part of it to the networking part of it.
Yeah.
There's somebody I just referred to New Frontiers. Yeah. And she still came to come and ask me yesterday, are you sure I should go to New Frontiers? And I said, Madam, go to New Frontiers. You will not regret it. You would not regret it. I've said it earlier, from the fantastic course tutors, lovely students, lovely classmates, everybody's bonding, nobody's trying to. There was a class I taught in level 2, they're in level 3 now. The class that I'm teaching in level 3 now, I taught them in level 2. Every time I look at that class, I always say, that class, interestingly, makes me want to be a student. That's how interesting it is. Every time I get into that class, I just eliminate the fact that I am a tutor. I take myself as one of the students that is also trying to, or probably I'm one of them that know the CFA better and I'm teaching them, because we're talking about different things in class. I know Isaka has complained severally, bros. This is your class, you're always missing the, you don't have teaching about markets, we'll talk politics, we'll talk all in the class, and everything still. So the day they all told me they passed level 2, I don't think I've been that excited in a very long time. Very excited. So yeah, it's a wonderful place to be. Like I said, it's a community. It's a community that needs to keep existing beyond the fact that we have all passed written the exams, we have all passed the exams. You know, there's still a lot of value that New Frontiers can still give the, I don't want to use the economy, yeah, but it can still give the community, give everybody at large. Yeah, it's a lovely ecosystem. I'll be very honest. Lovely ecosystem.
I agree.
Thank you very much.
My Oga is here.
Yes,
my boss is here. My chairman.
Yes, Oga Michael is here. Hopefully, he can show his face at some point. Or is he still on the call? I'm not sure he is anymore. Yeah, but then, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. So at this point, I will allow you grab water. I'll give you 5 minutes, between 5 and 7 minutes. Then I will run a short presentation to someone on this call who probably doesn't needs to understand some things about the level 3 exam as it is right now, and maybe more specifically about New Frontiers. Then I'll come back. We'll take questions. I know people on this call have specific questions for you. Then we'll be able to take those questions. Then you answer one more question. Then that will be it for tonight. But I think we're good for time, and we'll do that. So I'll just allow you. You could turn off your videos, grab water, grab coffee, stretch your legs. Then we'll be back in no time. Thank you very much for staying this long, though.
Thanks a lot, Ayo.
Thank you. So I'll be back. Thank you, Lale, for sharing this. Thank you. So welcome, everyone. Let's move quickly. So I just want to share a few thoughts with you. If you're on this call, rather, you likely would be a level 3 candidate. Next slide, please. You likely would be a level 3 candidate, or you are aspiring to be a level 3 candidate. But then I'll just make this quick so that you can see and understand a few things about the program. So this is Temi Busari, who is Vice President Treasury and Trade Solutions at Citi. She says, I enrolled for the CFA exams as a biological science graduate. So you can imagine the burden, excuse me, of transitioning to learning about treasury bonds and derivatives. Looking back now, I could not have done it without the support and commitment of the tutors at New Frontiers. They are unrivaled in teaching the curriculum and set the stage for my rewarding career. Right? So that's that from Timmy. Olale, you need to move, quickly. Yeah, the CFA program, you clearly understand what the program is about. It's about over 200,000 charter holders right now globally. You earn the charter by passing 3 levels of the exam. The exam is what we call the gold standard in the finance and investment space, right? And the exam is broken into 3 levels. Earning the charter required that you pass the 3 levels of the exams. You have 36 months of qualifying relevant work experience, and you pledge to adhere to the code of ethics and standards of professional conduct. The exam at level 3 is roughly about 5 hours, right? 2 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, 24 minutes, about 5 hours when you consider the optional break time. I'll get to that very soon. But that's that about the CFA program. Let's move along. Next slide. Yeah, so exam dates, I will move. Okay, so the exam format at level 1 is just multiple choice. At level 2 is vignettes, episodes, right? Vignettes supported multiple choice questions. There are episodes, and then you choose your responses from multiple choice options. Then at level 3, yes, there is a multiple choice section, but it's supported by an episode or a vignette, what we call vignette. So it's vignette supported multiple choice questions, or vignette supported constructed response questions, which is a major part of what we've been talking about this evening. We've spoken extensively Mr. Banu and Madam Yetune have spoken extensively about how to answer questions at that place. And that's always the bane, for the level 3 exam. That's where the challenge always is for many candidates, not the multiple choice questions, but the linear supported constructor response sections. I hope this session thus far has helped you understand, a few tips around answering those questions. Powerful things were shared this evening. Plenty cheat codes have been shared this evening. Of course, this video will be up on YouTube immediately after this session. You can watch it. You can send to somebody. It's free of charge. You can always look at the things that were shared there. But I think powerful things were shared tonight that has had tremendous value to you. Level 3 exam happens just twice a year, February and August. That's important to note. Level 2, May, August, November. Level 3, 4 times, February, May, August, and November. So if you need to remember, level 1 is F-man, level 2 is man, level 3 is FA, like the music notes FA, right? February and August, May, August, November, February, May, August, November. Level 3, 2, 1, right? When you look at it that way. For exams, for your topic areas, here, look at this breakdown. A lot of people have asked about the specialized pathways, what's the difference? About 70% of what you do is still on the traditional side of things, or the way it was before now, right? The changes on the specialized pathways are just about 30 to 35%, right, at level 3. So you need to just note, this is important to know, there is a 30, 35% that caters for specialized pathways, private market, private wealth, and the traditional portfolio management route, right? So aside that, 70% of things remain the same: asset allocation, portfolio construction, performance measurement, derivatives and risk management, and of course, the big ethics and professional standards, right? All the way. Thank you. Let's move. Yeah, so here is it. The level 3 exams consist of item sets. You move too fast, please. So essentially, that's why I was saying that the exam you will be required to take about, it will last for about 4 hours, 24 minutes, split into 2 equal sessions. That's the duration for the exams. A part for the vignette supported multiple choice questions, or the vignette supported constructed response, or what you call the essay questions, will be split into 2 equal sessions of 2 hours, 12 minutes. It's now computer-based, 2 hours, 12 minutes each, with an optional break in between, right? So that's how the exam format is right now. But then somebody on this call probably doesn't know about New Frontier, so I'll just tell you quickly that our story is one that's born out of a compelling desire to help ease the journey of every exam candidate, every CFA exam candidate in Nigeria. The truth is our founders went through this exam with little or no support of any kind from anywhere, right? However, they vowed to turn into reality the dream of every CFA candidate, and that's the dream of helping them earn the prestigious CFA charter, irrespective of their backgrounds. I always like to say that we have a medical doctor on our faculty, someone whose first degree was in medicine. It can be worse than that, right? We have lawyers even on our faculty. I mean, they've gone beyond being students to passing the exams. We have people like this on our faculty today. I know English grads who have passed these exams, right? So today, after an entire decade, I mean, more than a decade, 15 years of pursuing this vision, we've reached about more than 3,000 professionals in, supporting them on this journey, right? And they're in various markets of the world, right? We hope that you will join us if you are not yet on this train. I think that the exams are already difficult, so why complicate the process? There is no point. It's not worth it. If you know where you will find ease and easy. I mean, for reviews I've read tonight and for stories shared tonight, you hear how people talk about how topic areas that should be really difficult and scary, things like derivatives that are quite abstract, how they've been made easy, coming to New Frontiers. So I think it's important, that you join this moving train, join the revolutionaries, and join a lot of people who are who are right now advancing their careers at various levels. Let's move on quickly. Quickly. Yeah, here are our founders. You probably know some of them. Ayokele Ojo CFA, Michael Aima CFA, Banji Fentola CFA, and Olani Ogunbayo CFA. Yeah, founders. So we move. Yeah, so why New Frontiers? We've been doing this for more than 15 years. Our faculty is, our faculty team is our most prized asset. We believe that they had the most value to the work that we do, and we pride ourselves in a world-class faculty, of leading investment professionals. We have scholarships, discounts, and special offers. We would hold your hands till you pass the exams if you would let us. Class assignments and all kinds of things to reinforce, classes, resources that we share. We have a no pass, no pay, where, of course, terms and conditions apply. And then we have a candidate support, just like what we are doing tonight. It's absolutely free. We do this, and then sometimes we share job opportunities when we get them from people who believe that we are able to provide this kind of people to them. So people's careers have been transformed joining New Frontier. So it just might be your cue to join us today. Yes, this is Busola Jeje. Busola Jeje is used to be equity researcher at Telema. Now she is portfolio manager at Cowrywise. She says, I'm happy to announce that I passed the CFA, August CFA Level 3 exam. My CFA journey has been filled with tears, caffeine, sleepless nights, and panic attacks. But I'm grateful to God I finished all levels at one sitting, particularly grateful for the solid knowledge learned and how it has positively shaped my career. Special shout out to New Frontiers Learning Center I used for all my levels and my tutors, some of which I've mentioned their names before now. You can see Ahmed's name. You can see Ahmed Olaito Banu. It's one of them. Busola was mentioning on this call. Yeah, so this is a LinkedIn review. It's publicly available information. You can verify it. We offer regular programs, both physically and virtually, and we run quick review programs once in a while, depending on the number. Someone have asked about whether we run quick review classes. We can't promise. The behavioral data we have in the last 2 years have shown that people would rather join the regular class. And so to run a quick review program, there is a minimum class size that makes it effective and impactful for the teacher and for our candidates, right? So that's why we can't exactly give our word for quick review programs right now. But then we are open to run it if the class size is effective and will be impactful for the program, right? So we'll keep fingers crossed and we hope for the best. Next one, please. Thank you, Larry. So this is how our program looks. It looks like a sandwich. We run a level 1 and 2 program from January to April. We run a level 2 and we run a level 3 program in the middle of the year and another level 1 and 2 program at the end of the year. This time around, we started in June, not July, for the level 1 and 2 program that started last week. We're continuing this weekend. Yeah, that's our calendar. That's pretty much how our program is right now. Ola, please. Yeah, and I take this final review tonight. The mock exams at New Frontiers helped a lot. The feedback was always a good tool. Like Mr. Banu also made mention of that tonight. The feedback was always a good tool to judge my preparation level to each phase. If you need a prep center, New Frontiers Learning Center in the place, it's unbelievable how many intelligent people you have in one place. This is by Folashade Odeja Yogunbayo. She works with IFC, World Bank Group. Yeah. So I believe that's pretty much it tonight. I think the next thing will be if you're trying to reach us. Next slide, please. If you're trying to reach us. Oh, okay. I think I mentioned this in passing already. We started our level 1 and 2 program. So for someone who is out there who needs to know, you could mention to them classes already started. They should just reach out to us at www.newfrontierslearning.com, newfrontierslearning.com/enroll, and someone will pick it up on our team and reach out to them. So classes began last weekend, we're continuing this weekend. So again, you can reach out to us, follow us on LinkedIn. LinkedIn right now is buzzing with a lot of success stories. Exam results were released yesterday. A lot of people have passed exams and they have shared their success stories. So you can follow us for lots of information like this session you're attending. You'll be able to hear about it when you follow us on LinkedIn. And of course, these are the numbers to call, and this is the website address to reach at any time. So I think I was able to do that in record time. So we can, thank you very much, Olali. So we can go back to our the session. So if Mr. Banu, if you're here, I'd like to continue, and Mrs. Ogundadege is here today. Yeah, okay. Hope you're able to stretch your leg a bit, or you're able to continue that walk you were still doing. All right, good. So let's go now. So guys, if you have any questions, any comments, this is the time to take them. We'll be able to take them. Otherwise, we just call it an evening. I think tremendous value has been added. So you could raise your hands, use the raise your hand feature. You could unmute your microphone, or just drop your question in the chat. If we have any questions, I'm willing to take them now. Okay, let me respond to this.
I have a question, please.
Hi, please go ahead. Hello, Uche.
Hello. Good evening, Ayo. Good evening,
Good
Mr.
evening.
Ahmed. Good evening, Yetunde. Thank you so much for the insightful talk. Thank you. My question is 2 weeks, 2 weeks leave enough for preparing for this level 3 exam, especially if okay, let me just go direct. I'm going to have only 2 weeks for my leave for this exam. So I want to know if it's possible to do it with the 2 weeks leave. And then since I have 2 weeks leave, what can I do now to just, bring me up to speed to be able to write this exam in August? So that's my question.
Okay, so I'll take that before Ahmed, because I can identify, although I had more than 2 weeks. But for you to be able to maximize your time now, I believe you can use your weekends. Saturday, Sunday, no jokes, you're in the library. There's a library in Lekki or wherever you stay, but there's one you will be in the library and maximize your time during the weekends. Because 2 weeks before the exam, you don't want to be, it's just for you to be practicing. If you're only getting 2 weeks, you won't really have that time to revise as much. So you need to maximize your time now by utilizing your weekends as much as you can. So 2 weeks, it's a tough call, but it's doable. It is doable for you, but then you need to maximize your time now by using your weekends. That's what I would say.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this Uche. Is it the same Uche that I know?
It's me.
Yes,
It's
yes,
you.
it's the same Uche that you know.
Uche, why are you doing this now? Why are you asking this question? You that you have been reading since last year.
So 2 weeks is okay then.
This is 2 weeks. This is going on. She has been reading since. She's probably asking that question for somebody. Anyway, Uche, I think I would align with Yemisi, with Yetunde, apologies, with Yetunde. And why do I say so? 2 weeks is basically, my expectation is your exam is in August. You still have July. Yeah. So you're really worried about the fact that, I have only 2 weeks of leave to prepare for my exam. And what I always tell people is that 2 weeks is most likely when you go intensive. So when I mean intensive, my expectation is that you might probably have been reading prior to the 2 weeks. So you go all intensive, you have all your day to yourself. That's when I used to lock myself, wake up. What's that word? Emit, yeah? So just wake up. I'll not have my bath. I'll not do anything. I'll just get into the study. Luckily for me, I wasn't married then, so no kids, no children, nothing. It was just me and my kunkulu house. So I enter my study and I lock myself there, read, and jack away. Yeah. So for me, I would say that's when you do your intensive study. I believe that you must have probably been reading prior to then. So if you want to read when you go for the 2 weeks, then I think that won't be a wonderful idea. Another thing again I want to mention is I always have this theory. I don't know if it works for you guys, because I believe a lot of people that are in level 3 already have probably done level 1 before, level 2 before. And I always say this: by the time you're in level 3, you already know yourself. You need to know you know yourself. You know your capabilities. You know what. So I always tell people that for the 3 times I passed CFA, not the time I failed though. For the 3 times I passed CFA, I like to give myself a breather before the exam. So let's say 2 days for the exam, 48 hours before the exam, I try as much as possible to use the 48 hours to do something I call visualization. Yeah, so I just lie down my bed and try as much as possible to visualize that I'm in the exam, and I start to ask myself questions, and I start to check how well I can bring those questions back. So I try as much as possible not to do a lot of reading during that period. That's the 248 hours. So by then I'd have done mock. I'd have done all those things. Yeah. Solved all the questions on the portal, solved past questions, killed myself. Yeah. So to sort of wrap it up and not take so much of our time, I think I'll align with you today. I think that's where you should go all intensive and try as much as possible to cover as much as possible, do a lot of revision, dot the I's, cross the T's, and sort of put yourself in that correct mind frame for the exam. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
But I know Uche is whining us. Uche is
She's ready.
Uche she's a bookworm. Just leave her alone. I know her very well. She's my friend.
Okay. So Isha will be fine.
She's fine. She's fine.
All right.
She's part of that class that they used to disturb me a lot. So that's
okay.
Fine. That's what they used to do. They used to, yeah, fine.
Okay. Do we have any other questions? Because I know level 3 is always straightforward like this, so people may not have questions. So I'm happy to give you back your evening. I had borrowed you for 120 minutes, but now it's just maybe 100 yet. So I still have 20, but let me leave it. So let's do like this. The final one will be, so what would be your parting words to a level 3 candidate right now? Or to somebody, and it's just somebody saying, this final, you just maybe, so imagine that you meet someone randomly at an event and he's just telling you that this level 3 thing, right, is a different ball game. What would you tell this person?
You've got it. Your grit is going to carry you through. 3 months, August, in 2 months, I'm going to be done. It's time for me to focus. Get every distraction out of the way. Time to focus and get this thing done.
Focus on your focus.
Focus on your focus. That is it. Focus. Get rid of everything around you and just know that God is you and I. Ultimately, always ask for the grace to carry you. And I pray for all of you doing the CFA level 3 that His grace will carry you through. And just, just focus and don't give up. Don't think you do not know it. And like I said initially, it's not about just thorough knowledge. It's about application. How would you apply this knowledge? So you can know the littlest thing and still pass it if you know what you are doing. And you're building from level 1, level 2, and then level 3. You need to study, yes, you need to get it done, but you need to be able to apply what you have studied. And this stuff that has been shared here, it's a total game changer. Understanding what the examiner wants. 2 lines, that's all. And all the best, everyone. Focus on your focus.
Thank you. Garment.
Me, yesterday I said it already. No, I'm very honest. Yesterday I said it already. It's very simple. Yeah. this thing that she has shared, if I had it 10 years ago, I would have passed level 1. So what Yetunde just did now, she just embarrassed me. I would have passed level 3. Sorry, I would have passed level 3 the first time if I had this thing 10 years ago. But I think this she has put here, very essential. Yetunde, thank you very much for that. Very, very essential. Keep at it. Yeah. I always tell people that CFA to me was like a battle. And I always tell myself it's until I win. So keep staying positive. I think for people that have been in my class, you must have heard this story before. I had a friend, she would break down on the day of the exam. That morning, as we get to the examination hall, that's when she will start crying. And the cry is not small cry of no wailing cry that you think that maybe she lost her mother or she lost her father or something. She'll be wailing. So keep at it. Stay positive. You need for level 3, you need all the confidence in the world. Because trust me, when you get into the exam, I don't know how computer-based this is. During my time, they will give you a booklet. They'll give you a booklet and they'll give you a booklet and they will give you your not shading paper, another booklet. So not shading paper now, they'll give you 2 booklets, the one that you write on and the one that... Now, sorry, let me say something, yeah? I forgot to say something, Ayo. Apologies, you can see that I'm removing my glasses. Yetunde, I'm sorry, I know you want to go.
No, I want to say something as well.
Yes, I want to say something.
I hope you're not saying the same thing.
Yes, I just removed my glasses.
Let me say it first.
As I was saying something just dropped on my mind. When you are writing level 3, and I've said this I think I've said to the majority of my students, don't get emotionally attached to any question. Don't get emotionally attached to any question. So the question, the thing is answer all. Don't get attached to any question. It's like I said, when I remember my first time I failed, it was why I failed. So don't get attached. When I say emotionally attached to a question, you will get emotionally attached to a question. You know what it means for you to be emotionally attached to a question? When you tell yourself that you know it, and you are in the examination hall, and you realize that you don't know it, but you want to prove to yourself that you know it. Failure. So it's not, they don't get emotion. Don't get emotion attached to a question. The moment you see a question and it doesn't come to you, there are 20-something other questions that there are high chances that they will come to you. Move on. Another thing again is, the moment you answer a question in the future, meaning down the line, it might help you remember the question that you did not remember before. Or the answer to a question you remember before. So it's not an emotional battle. For me, I always tell people, it is like, thank you very much. Ayo, sorry. It is like, when this game show where they will put you in an aquarium, something like an aquarium, yeah? Then there's money falling from the sky, and you're there, and they tell you to pack as many money as you can. Are you visualizing what I'm saying? That is what CFA level 3 is. So they've dropped you in a gamut of 44 questions. I don't know how many questions they give you guys now, but back then, 44 questions. And you have 3 hours to answer as much as you can. There's no need to be emotional. So the emotional is, there's $100 that is hanging up there, and you know that you're tall and you want to grab it, and the thing is evading you. Leave it. Move on. Go and answer number 11A. Go and answer number 12B. Go and answer number 13C. Go and answer number 46, 4B. Go and answer number 3E. Number 5G. Just be packing them. Be packing all the answers. At the end of the day, you pass.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because a lot of us become emotionally attached to the question, and you start telling yourself, I know institutional investors. So how can this question be telling me that I don't know it? But the question is telling you he doesn't know you. He doesn't like you. Leave him. Go and marry other people. Go and marry other questions and move on with your life. And that's level, to be honest, that's level 3. That's level 3 for you. Just move on. Go and marry other questions. Fuck them. I don't know like I said, I don't know how the computer based is. But then I remember something, and I think Mike is back. Mike is the only person I see here that probably wrote when we used to write, when it was handwritten. If you see my answer sheet, my answer booklet in my second time of writing, you will see 10A, you will see 10B, 5 sheets after. You will see 10C at the end. I collected extra sheets. I will not lie you. The reason why I collected extra sheets, no, I'm serious. The reason why I collected extra sheets, not because I was writing a lot, but because my answers were scattered. Scattered all over the whole place. As the thing is coming, I'm writing. I'll go to the next sheet. I'll see, number 9B, I know it. Answer it. Move to number 7. This number 7, I can remember now. Write it. Scattered. So it is the number of questions that you can write within 3 hours that you should think about, not that you must answer number 1 correctly. That's it.
All right.
I forgot to tell you that. That's my parting gift.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Right.
for mentioning that. So can I just mention this? So
Please.
for all of us it's now computer based, as we know. So computer is smart. So what you need to ensure that you do is never leave a box without a response, because then it doesn't give the examiner a chance to review what your response is. So let me give you an example. Maybe you have 1A, you don't know it, you leave it blank. Don't leave it blank. You might just write some. If it's you copying and pasting something from the question in there, it will give the examiner a chance to read that response. Because what the computer will do is just check it. If it's blank, get rid of it. So you have no chance whatsoever. So for everyone doing the computer-based, never leave a box without a response. Everything has, even if it's something, so it gives the examiner an opportunity to review your response. Please don't forget that. It is so key. And another strategy, if you can do the multiple choice questions first, it actually gives you time for your constructed responses.
Oh, yesterday, so everything is joined together now.
Everything is joined together. There's no multiple choice in the morning.
Theory in the beginning, OBJ in the afternoon.
No. So you have so you just flag when you see something is constructed response, just flag it. Do all your multiple choice questions first, and then go to your constructive responses and make sure that you do not leave any box unchecked, because then it won't give the examiner a chance to. I'm not an examiner, but just that one I know is computer. So we'll do check. No. So please ensure that you do that. And then tell yourself, once you're done, give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing the 4th most difficult exam in the world.
Yeah.
You have worked hard. You have given it all your best. Let God do the rest. So all the best, everyone, doing this level 3.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So at this point, I'm also thanking on behalf of CFA. On behalf of New Frontiers.
Yes, sir. The
I'm
faculty member that you are.
And at least Uche here is already showing me that, some of my students are here. I can even see Samuel here too, And the guys that are most likely going to work, they're going to write their exams in August.
Yes, sir.
I'm not giving vote of thanks, but I'm just saying also having to motivate my current students. And I'm very happy that at least a lot of them joined. So Yetunde used to be my student too.
Yes.
So yeah.
His favorite
I used to be a student of mine. So yeah, I'm happy and I'll say thank you. Not on behalf of New Frontiers. Let me speak for myself. So on behalf of myself, thank you for sort of adding and giving back to everybody. And everybody has an opportunity to join this session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gamer. I mean, I think it's good that they are also that you're also connecting with your candidates now. You're done with your classes for level 3 right now.
Me, I'm done. No,
exactly. So I mean, I'm sure they're happy to. I'm sure they're happy to see your face this evening.
They say they didn't want to. They didn't want to stop seeing my face.
I mean, I think we've had a pretty good evening. I believe everyone would agree that we've had a pretty good evening. Thank you very much, Mrs. Ogundadegbe.
You're very welcome.
Allow me to call you that tonight.
Thanks for the opportunity to be able to give back. I'm grateful for this opportunity. Thanks everyone for joining. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Ogamed, now, I can't thank you enough. That my money that is with you, I'm coming for it, right? So
I collect money now. I don't give money. Money that I look for up and down now.
No. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for joining. I believe you've had very fruitful conversations. I'm confident that you make the most of what you've had tonight. In my head, I'm already thinking of painting and decorating my level 3 class with this cheat sheet information, right? And just put it all over the place. I mean, I think this session has been practical. If you have attended, there's no way you are not taking something away that can improve your study tonight. I mean, something you can begin to use when you sit at your desk tonight, or even when you come to class tomorrow, something you can do to extract better, from faculty, right? And thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, sir, for giving up yourself tonight. So guys, thank you so much. We'll be seeing the most of you in class tomorrow.
Thank you, Yetunde. Ahmed, we're coming for refresher classes.
I'm not with you there. I'm not doing that. Thanks,
Lamide, you still want to go for refresher classes?
I'm just kidding. Maybe when New Frontier starts doing CAIA classes, I'll come for that one.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the next thing we're going to do.
You still want to be reading?
I want to do CAIA. That's my next exam that I want to do, CAIA.
Okay, but you told me you were coming to class now.
Yeah, but I'm not around anymore, unfortunately.
That's true.
I would have wanted to come and teach alternative investments.
That's true.
But all the best to everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lami. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you for joining. Your success story is our story.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's our story.
CFA with tears.
Thank you.
I mean, we couldn't have had it better than this tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. I believe from this, the success stories will multiply, and we can keep doing this and just create a ripple effect of something beautiful, making the world a better place, one person at a time, one result at a time, one CFA chapter at a time, right? But till we take over the whole world, all right?
Yes.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining. Have a beautiful weekend, and our candidates see you in class. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a nice evening.
You too. All right.